Thank you, everybody, for joining us again this week on Chamber Chat. We are pleased to welcome in today Chris Benny, the owner of Provo Motorsports, right here in Magnolia. Chris, thank you for taking the time today.
You're welcome. Thank you.
If you don't mind, tell us a little bit about your business story. How'd you get started? What's special about your business, Chris?
Okay. I founded this business in 2015, and during the course of working for other employers, um, I kept getting the message from the people I was working for, the customers, that I was my own brand, and that's what they identified with as a customer. So, in starting the business, I'd already had a brand really kind of developed that was me. And so my existing customer base effectively followed me to my own store. I chose the name Prova. The Italian translation is test or proof or try. And I couldn't think of a more appropriate name of a business as the challenge of starting your own business than that. And auto manufacturers, Italian auto manufacturers also used the Prova license plate, followed by the region or origin of the country, such as MO for Modena. And the plates were put on cars for the purpose of testing them on roads, and carried the legend of also being exempt from speed limits and so forth as it goes. So there's a lot of automotive kind of culture around the name too. So something created something unique. Um, the business has got two primary focuses. One is to act as a dealer alternative for maintenance and repair of late model cars that are just outside of factory warranty, scheduled maintenance, repairs, chassis service, tire installation, alignment work, and so forth. And then the other side of the business is sports and special interest automobiles. And that really encompasses a broad range of cars. And it includes new Porsche GT3s, Alfa Romeos, BMW M cars, and they'll find their way here with sometimes less than 1,000 miles on the odometer for some modifications for track use and enhanced performance. One of the things that makes the place special is the diversity of the staff and the extensive amount of experience that they bring. There's four master technicians, each with about 20 years of experience in the industry. And some of their experience is factory training from Volkswagen, Audi, Lotus, other manufacturers. Three of us come from aviation experience as well. And one was a Navy flight deck mechanic. Another is an A&P licensed private mechanic. One technician at one point in his life worked on MiG fighters in Ethiopia.
Wow.
And so it makes it, the aviation side of it's kind of fun too. And it translates directly into quality control with cars, because when airplanes break down, they fall out of the sky. So you bring that level of quality control into your automotive work, and you're ensured a good product. Um, so it makes for a very diverse staff, and so the knowledge base is really broad, and there's a sense of camaraderie and family amongst the staff as well. So it makes for a good team of people working for the customer.
That's awesome.
And I think one of the things, another thing that's kind of special about it that makes me proud of the business is that sense of family, and how we'll work as the sum of our knowledge to solve problems and ensure the quality of the product. So that's kind of the business and what makes it special in a small nutshell.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about cars, but when I go to visit Chris, it's amazing to see the stuff that he and his staff work on a regular basis. It's pretty special.
Thank you.
So your industry, tell us a little bit about your industry and why you chose this type of industry.
Um, well, the choice was easy. It's just a passion, and growing up with cars and being fascinated by machines, and you start by taking them apart and not figuring out how to put them back together again, and eventually you learn how to put things back together again. But we're on both sides of technology in this business, and so we're keeping current with the rapid changes in automobiles with hybrid technologies, and learning about that, and that we're historians. We're also caretakers of older machines, and we possess the knowledge and maintain our knowledge about fixing and repairing and keeping them in service and keeping them moving. So that's one thing about our industry that I really like, is that it spans from the beginning of the automobile to tomorrow's automobile, and being a part of that whole process is really, really fascinating. We haven't had automobiles for very long, and to see where we started and what we have today is truly fascinating. The community is just really remarkable. Passion for automobiles is a language spoken worldwide, and you can find a high level of connectivity, direct connectivity between the people that create the machine, that design machines and create the machines, and then those who will care for them. And it's very easy to be connected to those people, and that's really fascinating. Of course, the internet's made that all that much more easier. And the other thing I love about the industry is watching an event, reading a magazine, or attending an event in person, and seeing a particular car and being able to say, "Hey, that's one of ours. We worked on that machine," or I know the owner. I've seen it. I've had an opportunity to work on it, and in some rare cases to be able to say, "I've driven that car. I've tested that car on track," and so there's a neat sense of ownership there, that it's difficult to describe, but it really makes the industry fascinating. How we're all connected worldwide.
That's really cool. So we were talking the other day in regards to COVID, the dreaded C word, and just the changes that you've had to make. Tell us, what have you learned in this time of COVID? What changes have you had to implement?
I think the big lesson in all of this is that trust is everything, and customers need to feel that their car is as safe as it's as safe as when they pick it up as it was when they once brought it to us for service, and that that we're exercising safe practices through the whole process of handling their car. So some of the changes that we've made is the building is open to essential staff only. And that was probably the single hardest thing for me to, and continues to be, to swallow, is to say only staff are allowed in the building. There's a transparency in this business that I personally enjoyed being able to walk you, Jason, in if I was servicing your car, be able to show you something. Or share something else special in the shop, and that's gone right now. So the changes have been that's one real big key change. Another is that it's really a best practices for hand sanitation. The staff is masked at all times. We are sanitizing cars before and after we handle them, and as well as keys. Payment, I take payment over the telephone. If you were to pick the car up in person and pay directly, then I'm handling your credit card, but I'm also cleaning it as well. So it's extra steps, but it's what's expected of us.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, it's an interesting world right now.
Yeah, a lot of due diligence to
Indeed.
keep everybody safe.
Indeed.
Well, I know too that you call Magnolia home, not just for your business, but you personally. I know that you love the community. How are you involved in different programs or projects and stuff like that around Magnolia?
I've been living here in Magnolia since 2006. It is nice to be the commute is fantastic, and to live and work in the same neighborhood is a privilege, and also to be directly connected to customers as neighbors and basically running into them at the hardware store, at the grocery store. I think that we got involved with the Magnolia Car Show for a couple of years with the as a co-sponsor, and then subsequently, one of my customers approached me and asked me if we would head up a cruise the day before and a barbecue, and so we've enjoyed doing that for 3 years running. That was suspended this year for obvious reasons, and we're hoping that that next year we can return to doing that again and host a car cruise through the neighborhood, meet back here at the shop for a hosted barbecue, and just keep building that sense of that car community here in Magnolia.
Right. Awesome. Well, for those who aren't aware of your shop and stuff like that, can you share where you're located, and then also how do they find you online? Are you on social media, other ways to connect with you?
We are on 23rd Avenue West, and just across the train tracks from Emerson, and on the website is provamotorsports.com. There is an email contact form on the website, which is a great way to reach out to us. Of course, there's a phone as well. And then in social media, you can find posting on Instagram and on Facebook.
Awesome.
So try and share with people the things they can't see right now.
Right.
And so forth. Yep.
Yeah. Following Chris on Instagram, it kind of scratches that itch of when I used to get to go by and see firsthand some of the stuff he's working on there, and just, the type of automobile that he has regularly in his shop is just jaw dropping. So I encourage you to follow them, and then also partake. They do some great work there. As Chris has described, they put a lot of effort into keeping things safe, doing it the right way, and having incredibly skilled technicians working on the vehicles. So, Chris, thank you so much for taking the time, for being
Thank you, Jason.
This has been a pleasure. Have a good one.
All right. Have a great day. Thank you very much.
Thanks.